Now, maybe, somebody in the NBA knows them, but no one really knows these guys if you're a fan. And Manu Ginobili came on the scene. He balled out, lefty with the stroke, and he deserves recognition for what he's done with the Spurs and in the NBA. So shout out to Manu Ginobili. Got his jersey retired. Wasn't the biggest fan of him because he was always torching the Mavericks. Big L says, Tim is the best power forward of all times. I got to agree with you with that. I think Karl Malone's probably second. David Robinson, I guess you would be considered the center. On paper, the Suns look like they should be way better. Yeah, I don't know though. I don't even think on paper they look like they should be better because they're still very young, and it's like they don't have any direction. It's just like there are a bunch of young players out there playing. So I don't think that they'll ever figure it out. I just don't. But here's their lineup: Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, or their roster. Kyle Oubre, which I don't know if he's going to be on the team next year. Josh Jackson, Mikal Bridges, Tyler Johnson, Dragon Bender. If you remember him, he was a highly touted draft pick. What is he doing? Jamal Crawford, T.J. Warren. They just signed Jimmer Fredette. If you remember him, BYU product. That kind of rounds out the lineup. Now, like I said, they're very young. They got Jamal Crawford is probably the only veteran on that team. So, yeah, good luck. Good luck. Shout out to Kesey in the building. Manu Ginobili started in the NBA past his prime. That is true. I mean, he had already played overseas in so many different seasons. Number of seasons, I should say. All right, so on this day, a little bit of a history lesson here. On this day, 29 years ago, the great Hakeem Olajuwon recorded the third ever quadruple double. He had 18 points, 16 rebounds, 11 blocks, and 10 assists. Hakeem, the Dream, a legend for the Rockets, a legend in the NBA. That's a little history lesson for you. Around the NBA, we are starting to solidify the seeding right now. So you have, in the Western Conference, you have the Warriors, the Nuggets, the Blazers, the Rockets, the Jazz, and the Clippers, who have all clinched. You have OKC, the Spurs, and the Kings that are still fighting for those last couple of spots. In the Eastern Conference, you have the Bucks, which, a side note, Giannis Antetokounmpo supposedly has an ankle issue. Is this going to damper their playoff hunt? Is this going to damper what they're going to try to do? Ankle injuries do not just go away. They are a lingering issue. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with Giannis. Also, you got Toronto, 76ers, Pacers, Celtics. At number 6, you have the Pistons, 7, the Nets, 8, the Heat. The Nets may make the playoffs. Oh my God. At 9 and 10, you have Orlando and the Hornets. Playoffs begin April the 13th, so we got about 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to it. We all know that's when the real basketball begins. This was just exhibition games. This was like preseason. The real basketball begins when the playoff starts. Big O says, wow, the Dream was drafted before MJ and nobody had a problem with it. Facts. The Dream revolutionized the big man position. Facts on that, Pops. Dream Shake is deadly. Yeah, he caught a lot of people off guard with that, but he did change the center position. I do agree with that. So NBA playoffs, like I said, right around the corner. We are going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to dive deep into college basketball. We had some games yesterday. We have some games today. Half of the Elite Eight is now set. Is your bracket busted? Is your Final Four team still intact? Let me know. We'll be right back. BS3 Sports Show right here on XWAD Radio.
Get your chance to win 2 tickets to the Dungeon Family. Yes, the Dungeon Family. Plus Outcast, Goody CeeLo, Witch Doctor, Sleepy Bird, Cool Breeze, Backbone, Organized Noise, and live in Atlanta, April 20th at the Fabulous Fox Theater. Or win 2 dinner tickets for your choice with a value up to $120. All you need to do is go to xsquadaffiliates.com/contest.
We all hate when we have unexpected car problems. Well, I am here to tell you about a viable solution. Bay 11 Auto and my man Melvin. You have emission problems? Brakes need changing? Transmission slipping? Is your car just driving sluggish? No problem is too big. I live on the other side of town and I drive over an hour to a guy that I trust. Melvin is honest, dependable, and definitely not in the business to break your pockets. Come see the official mechanic Melvin at Bay 11 Auto. You will be glad you did. You can reach him at 1455 General Arts Road, Conyers, Georgia, or 404-295-5715. That's 404-295-5715.
Being good at life means getting your finances together so you can focus on the moments that matter most. With over 170 years of expertise, New York Life Insurance Company provides you with benefits you can enjoy while you're, well, living. So give me, Doug Stewart, your local New York Life agent, a call. I can help you build a solid financial future to help you and your family be good at life. You can reach me at 678-770-8073 or look for me at newyorklife.com.
Welcome back to the BS3 Sports Show. We got a beat playing in the background by Maestro Styles, co-host of the Barbershop Sports Talk podcast. Comes on Tuesdays at 6 Central, 7 Eastern. And also, let me give a shout out to the D2 Division II Women's SWAZU basketball team, Southwestern Oklahoma State University basketball team, playing for the national championship tonight. So shout out to them, doing their thing. Big ups to all the divisions too. I mean, I don't do that good of a job at following the other divisions, but shout out to all of those teams that has got a shot, at winning the championship. A championship is a championship. So we had games for yesterday. Virginia beats Oregon 52-49. Virginia reaches the Elite Eight the first time since 2016. They will face Purdue. Ty Jerome with 13 points. Texas Tech, who continues to make their stamp. This coach, Chris Beard, has been huge for this team. Jared Culver with 22 points. Not only did they beat Michigan, but they blew them out 63-44. Tech will advance their second year in the Elite Eight. It's going to be very, very hard to keep their coach because he is probably going to be highly touted, and a lot of teams going to be coming at him. A lot of schools going to be coming at him to try to sign him. Shout out to Tiffany P and P. She says, give it. And my beloved Oregon Ducks gave them a fight. You're all right about that. Lost by 3. Oregon lost the game in the last 2 minutes. And Oregon's been in the hunt for the past, I would say, 3 years. So definitely shout out to Oregon. Sweet 16, not that sweet for me so far. I lost 3 out of 4. Only win was VA. Yeah, it's been pretty sweet for me. Now I'm 3 out of my 4 Final Four are still intact. Tennessee lost. Rua Hachimura leads Gonzaga as they beat Florida State. That was a good game. 70. Well, actually, no, it wasn't. Well, yes. Let me back up. That was a good game. Came down to major points in that game. 72-58. Now, Rui Hachimura says, this year we came with revenge and we did it. He had 17 points. 3 years ago, Florida State ended the Bulldog season, so they were coming back for revenge. Gonzaga still intact. Again, like I said, I do not trust them. But if they make it to the championship game again, I already have them right now to face North Carolina, so I hope that does happen. Patrick Mahomes got it right. He said the first to 50 wins, and he was absolutely right. And Texas Tech looks good, says Big L. Defense is forever. Yeah, they have that team playing D. And Texas Tech, not normally known as a basketball school, is making their name known. They're not playing around. They could possibly win a national championship, which would be crazy. Purdue holds off to beat Tennessee in overtime, down by 2 with 2.7 seconds. Purdue almost got a 5-second call. Some people say it was a 5-second call. Carson Edwards shoots a 3 from the corner. He missed it, but there was a foul call. And, I mean, he did run into him. So I don't know if that was truly a foul. But when you run into the shooter, in most situations, you have to call a foul. You have to. But Tennessee's road to the Final Four is over. Like I said earlier, I had them in the Final Four. That obviously is not going to happen now. But Purdue, to me, coming out of nowhere. I didn't know Purdue was that good at all. I'm actually shocked that Purdue's in the Elite Eight. But Purdue advanced to the Elite Eight for the first time since 2000, which means it's been 19 years since they've been in this position. So, and also Tennessee blew an 18-point lead. That's hard. That is gut-wrenching. Feel for all those kids at Tennessee. But they couldn't do it. They just couldn't do it. They did everything they could, but they could not get the win. So games on tap for tonight. The most important one of them all, Auburn plays North Carolina. That's at 6:30 Central, 7:30 Eastern. You know who I'm going for, so never get it twisted. Michigan State, LSU. That one's coming on CBS at 6 Central. Duke, Virginia Tech, ACC, battling ACC. Is this the moment in time that Duke can get upset? I don't think so. But if there was a team at this point, I think Virginia Tech knows Duke's tendencies. They know what they should be able to put together a good game plan. But the bottom line is there's no one that can stop Zion. So if no one can stop Zion, you do not win the game. And RJ Barrett and Cam Reddish. So, and then Houston plays Kentucky. Let's root for Houston. I want to see Houston go to the Final Four. So those are the games on tap for today. 14.